Hello everyone, myself Monisha Acharya and I'm legal intern at Lexis and Company. So today I'm here to talk to you about the topic Section 15 of Special Relief Act 1963. Section 15 talks about who may obtain specific performance. It means this section is talking about the person who can obtain or perform the specific contract. Section 15 consists clause A to adds, and in this section through amendment 2018 clause FA is also inserted. This section says if there is any other provision in this chapter related to it other than that specific performance can be obtained by any party thereto, the representative in interest or the principal of any party thereto. It means that who is the representative interest? Any person is representative interest of other when if he is original assignee of the contract or after his death he is the legal representative of the deceased. These people can perform the specific contract provided that where the learning skills, solvency or any personal quality of such person is material ingredient in the contract, or where the contract provides that his interest shall not be assigned, his representative in interest or his principal shall not be entitled to specific performance of the contract unless such parties has already performed his part of the contract or the performance thereof by his representatives in interest or his principal has been accepted by the other party. In the case of Stevens versus Binding, there was a contract between the writer and the author to write a book, and in this case specific performance was not granted to the personal representative as the author died before the writing of the book. There is a general rule that the stranger to a contract cannot enforce it even though he took the benefit under it. This rule is exception to this clause C, which says where the contract is a settlement of on marriage or a compromise of doubtful rights between members of the same family, any person beneficial entitled thereunder. Where the contract has been entered, other clauses where the contract has been entered into by a tenant for life in due exercise of power, the remainder man. So for this clause, remainder man can bring contract suits. Remainder man is a person who is accepting the remainder part of anything, or he is getting that part. Other clauses, a revisioner in possession where the agreement is a convent and entered into which his predecessor in the title and the revisioner is entitled to the benefit of such convent. Revisioner means in clause E. Example, suppose A is a mortgagee, his estate. Suppose A mortgagee his estate to B, where A right to redemption is revision of the B. A revisioner is a reminder where the agreement is such a convent and the revisioner is entitled to the benefit thereof and will sustain material injury by the reason of its breach. In this clause F, revisioner not only have to show that he is benefit to entitle but also he is sustaining material injury because of the breach of the contract. If the remainder or revisioner prove this, he can file for the contract specific suit. Convenant is a written promissory between two or more parties. And F clause A, which was inserted recently, when a limited liability partnership has entered into a contract and subsequently becomes amalgamated with another limited liability partnership, the new limited liability partnership which arises out of the amalgamation. It means that there is a limited liability partnership because of some reasons. Who does the contract with another party? After some time, this LLP have another limited partnership amalgamation. So there is a new limited liability partnership which can enforce the earlier done specific LLP contract. Other clauses: when a company has entered into a contract and subsequently become the amalgamated with another company, the new company which arises out of the amalgamation. This clause E is as same as clause E. It just talk about the company. Other clauses: when the promoters of the company have before its incorporation entered into a contract for the purpose of the company, and such contract is warranted by the terms of incorporation of the company, provided that the company has accepted the contract and has communicated such acceptance to the other party to the contract. This clause H also state that plaintiff will be held as one company who want to enforce such type of contract which was made by their promoters before the company formation, but that contract was made for the company only. Here we need to see that the contract that promoters made should be related to working purpose of the company only. Can be made, then it can be made specific performance of the contract, and the promoters were not the agent of the company before the incorporation. I hope you have understood this topic. For more such topics and information, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and do like, share and comment. Thank you.